like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week.
Sports is the most watched thing on television after Nicolas Cage's movies. Usually, the game goes on as usual. Only one side wins, and the other loses. However, there are times when things go completely sideways, and the best part is, whether these moments are funny, crazy, inappropriate, or anything else, they're all caught by the camera. From taking down managers and flirting with reporters, to mid-fight dancing fails, here are 10 of the most inappropriate moments in sports. Let's begin. Number 10. Some athletes would go to any lengths just to win the game, just like this soccer player, David Abraham, who knocked out one of the managers who was getting in his way to the ball. How inappropriate! The manager fell and hurt himself, while Abraham, although he got the ball, was chased by other people standing there and was given a red card by the referee, which means that he cannot take part in the game anymore and has to leave the field immediately. Well, the fiery passions and aggressiveness that he had for the game did not do him any good, and he was substituted by another player and had to leave the field to walk down the hall of shame. Sometimes you really got to use your brain and think of the consequences instead of reacting aggressively in the heat of the moment. Number 9. Rock bottom for NFL legend Joe Namath came as so much of his life in football did, with a national TV audience watching. It happened during an interview with ESPN's Suzy Kolber during a game between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots on December 20th, 2003. When a clearly drunk Namath leaned in and told her, "I want to kiss you." Kolber tried to steer the interview back onto the game, but Namath added that he couldn't care less about what was going on the field. Namath, whose boozing and carousing ways were the stuff of legend when he played for the Jets, suddenly was ridiculed. The interview became a meme-worthy national story, an embarrassment for the then 60-year-old father of two. Just like on the field, Joe turned the situation around after he felt ashamed for what he had done. In his book, he said that it was a blessing in disguise for him because, as he had embarrassed his friends and family, he went to turn his life around and never had a drink after that night. More power to this legend, but this moment will definitely stay with the fans forever. Number 8. Mascots are famous for their mischievous and naughty behavior, but this one was naughty enough to mess with a news anchor during a live reporting session. He tried to distract the reporter by tickling him and doing all that he could just to get his attention and distract him from doing his job. But it didn't prove fruitful at all, as the reporter was very professional and did not pay any heed to whatever the mascot was doing. He calmly kept on with his reporting without getting distracted or agitated at all, and even his facial expression did not change a bit. This is a huge example of dedication, intact concentration, and mindfulness that the reporter showed, and we must admit that if we were in his place, we would be distracted by the tickling in just one go. Number 7. We are used to crazy things happening during weigh-in days. Whether it's boxing or mixed martial arts, there's usually some sort of madness about to go down. Usually we see wild brawls and heated stare-downs, but sometimes things are caught on camera that isn't meant to be there, and these are the moments that make truly great viewing. For instance, the now infamous pervy Misha Tate cop who went viral after being caught on film sneaking a look at Misha Tate. During a weigh-in for UFC 196, the police officer was on stage with Tate and UFC officials and just couldn't keep sneaking a peek at Tate while she put her pants back on. It was just a quick glance, but not sly enough to escape the notice of the internet. It went full circle when Miss Tate tracked down the cop and remade the whole scenario once again, but with roles reversed, as this time it was Misha Tate checking out the cop's butt. Her sense of humor is unmatched. Number 6. An unexpected yet hilariously inappropriate moment was captured in a baseball game when this mascot kept on irritating the security guard by continuously dancing around him and being all funny during a break between the innings. At first, the security guard ignored him, as he was too busy doing his job, but the mascot continued dancing around him till the guard couldn't bear it anymore. Irritated by the mascot, he pushed him away while accepting the dance challenge and showed his amazing dancing talent in front of the audience. He even did a few splits, shimmying, shaking, and cartwheels, and showed everyone that he wasn't going to lose the challenge. After a few moments of showing off his dancing talents, the guard went back to his position and started performing his duty as if nothing had happened. The mascot, on the other hand, went away shaking his head in embarrassment. Who knew that a security guard would have so much amazing dancing talent? Number 5. Some people really are enthusiastic about being recorded on camera and coming on TV, just like this guy present in the golf club while a golf champion was getting interviewed. This crazy fan in his funny costume certainly craved the spotlight, and maybe that is why he interrupted the interview by making strange bird noises. Both the interviewer and the golf player were surprised by his weird behavior, and the security guard dragged the poor guy out of the scene. Poor guy just got himself out of there for only giving a backyard sound effect. Do you like being seen on camera, or would you rather do anything similar if you get the chance, just to get the spotlight? Tell us your views in the comments. Number 4. When Rafael Nadal set foot on the tennis court, he set sights on the challenge ahead of him. Nadal was always focused while playing a tennis match and wears an intense expression throughout the match. Despite the calm focus, Nadal also seems to take his time out from the intense matches and lighten the crowd's mood. His smile can certainly light up any court or any room. The 19th Grand Slam champion was playing against Ryan Sweeting in the second round of the 2011 Australian Open when he received a marriage proposal from a fan. The incident happened during the third set, with the Mallorcan leading 2 sets to love. Rafa was ready to receive a service when a fan shouted from the crowd, "Hey Nadal, will you marry?" Nadal was certainly feeling awkward as he looked bewildered. However, he tried to hide his ineptness with his awkward smile and even moved his arm to show that he acknowledged the proposal. Nadal's reaction left the whole stadium in bursts of laughter. The fangirl would have been delighted to bring a smile to Rafa's face. Number 3. Us Americans are fond of warning each other not to take our eyes off the ball. The young boy on this court with tennis star Bethany Matek really followed up on that advice after he was seen staring at something altogether different. He was caught on camera staring at the player's chest. It almost looks like he is in disbelief. But at least the cheeky youngster got rewarded with a smile back from the friendly tennis player. Number 2. This is another MMA fail worthy of our list. Like any other sport, combat sports athletes at all levels make an incredibly high number of questionable decisions. Even in a high-risk form of competition like mixed martial arts, athletes' judgment is often imperfect. At the British Challenge MMA 18 featherweight, Joe Hardy was apparently feeling very good vibes. He couldn't help busting out some dance moves in the middle of the fight. Shockingly, Hardy's showboating did not go as he planned. Hardy was so engrossed in flaunting his moves that he stepped back from the opponent, Joe Siga, and did a little arm weight dance. During the dance, his eyes weren't even on the fight anymore. It didn't take Hardy long to realize that he should have been looking elsewhere. Siga's foot quickly connected with his jaw, making him drop like a sack of potatoes. Then again, it might have taken long for Hardy to figure out his mistake, because the man got shook and astonished. Number 1, and at the top of our list, we have the most inappropriate and also the most brutal moment with a ball boy in soccer. In a second leg of the Capital One Cup semifinals between Swansea City and Chelsea, Eden Hazard kicked Swansea's ball boy in frustration. Hazard was sent off for kicking 17-year-old Charlie Morgan as he attempted to retrieve the ball during the game. After the game, Hazard was given 3 matches banned by the authorities for kicking the boy. Charlie Morgan did not press charges against Hazard because the moment made him really popular. He even spoke to the player personally after the incident. Due to what happened, Charlie amassed more than 100,000 Twitter followers and became the center of jokes from thousands of internet users. Would you want to be kicked like that just so you could become famous? Which one of these moments did you think was the most inappropriate? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.